So yeah, we are discussing about the constructor. So what is the constructor in Java? So this constructor will play like very important role, and without this, there is a no Java. Okay. So first of all, most of the time people will confuse that differentiating between constructor and method. Okay. So because it is look like a method. Okay, constructor is look like a method, but it is not a method. So most of the time, like whoever having some experience like one place also, sometimes they may not recognize the constructor, and they are not able to identify the constructor in the class. Okay, so so how we can easily identify the constructor? So based on this few statements. So let's see. The first one, right? Constructor is a look like a method. Okay, but it invoked automatically. So that I will explain. And second thing is constructor has a same name as a class name. Okay, so this is the rule. Okay, in Java we have to learn some kind of rule base. So because it is a object-oriented programming language, they have some following, like there are some set of rules. So based on the topic, there are set of rules are defined. Okay. So the rule is when you identify the customer, when you are when you are going to identify a constructor, right? You have to see this one. Okay, what is that? So constructor name. Okay, constructor name and your class name must be same. Okay, and also the constructor does not have any return type. Okay, so constructor will not return any value. That just it is a class name. Okay, but it is look like a method. It is a similar kind of structure will be there, a method, and different is this one. So method have a return type, but constructor does not have a return type. So that is the only difference, and it invokes automatically. Okay, it invokes automatically. The constructor will invoke automatically, but a method after creating the object, we have to explicitly we have to invoke the method. Okay, so let's see that first. Uh, yeah, so you can see there is a one kind of example, or we will also write the one example. No problem. So you see, this is a class. So you like after my session, right? You are able to identify the class. So this is a class keyword, and followed by the class name is a LinkedIn. So here a class is a LinkedIn, and it does not have anything. Just it is a blank class. But what Java when they design the Java, right? So they already they compiler. So we can say the compiler will automatically provide a one default constructor. Okay, or you can write explicit constructor. Okay, so here is say that, so when you compile, you will get the inside the code actually this one. Okay, so now you can see that constructor exam definition. So constructor is look like a method. So as I told you, right? So method. So same method name. Okay, and a floor bracket open and close. So let me write here better. So what is the class name? Class name is LinkedIn. Okay, so this is a class name. And suppose if I write a constructor, right? So same class name. It should be a class name, and bracket, and floor bracket open close. Okay. So now I will write a one more method. Now I'm writing a method. So method should have return type. Okay, and method name, right? So test LinkedIn. Okay, test LinkedIn. Okay. So this is my method name. Now you can carefully observe about the syntax, because going forward we are adding many constructor, many methods, right? You, you have to identify that. Okay. So now you see, this is a class name, right? What is the class name? My class name is LinkedIn. Okay. So and class name. So first you see the similarity. So how we know the method, right? So followed by method name. Okay, and this is a method name and bracket open. Similarly, this is a constructor name and followed by parenthesis and followed by like flower bracket open and close. Within that we have write some logic. So similarly, it is a same for a method as well. So what is the different? The different is this one, return type. So the constructor does not have any return type. So here we can write a constructor. Comment
Just the
constructor.
constructor name should be linked in also.
Yeah, sorry, LinkedIn. Yeah, yes, LinkedIn, and it is a method. Okay, so now you can see the LinkedIn class name and constructor name must be same. That is the first rule. Okay, and it is similar like a method. Okay, how similar? So brackets and the flower brackets structure, but the difference, the constructor does not have any void int something like which we discussed yesterday, right? Those will not be there. So by the way, you have to identify that one. So in terms of Java, so like if you do not mention explicitly this code, if you run, compiler will give automatically there is a default constructor. That is one more thing. That's what here explained. So constructor will providing this kind of default constructor. Okay. So how many type of constructor we have, right? So there are categorized two type of constructor in Java. One is a default constructor and another one is parameterized constructor. Okay, parameterized constructor. So what is a parameterization as we know, right? So let me write that one. So right now public, I'm writing a public class and a LinkedIn. LinkedIn. So now I am going to create a one constructor, parameterized constructor. So first I will create a default constructor. So that is a public void, okay, and sorry, not void. So LinkedIn is a constructor, right? It is a default constructor and it does not have any parameters. Okay, no parameters. Within the parenthesis does not have any argument, right? So that's what. And second one is that another constructor, public and LinkedIn, and we have a parameter string like test, for example. Okay, so and let's write for differentiating the method public void and test method tm1 test method 1, and also there is one more method public void int test tm2 method. So now within our class, what are the things we have declared? So class name, okay, and there is a default constructor, and there is a parameterized constructor. There is a one method which does not return any value. There is a one more method, it returns an integer value. So this is what exactly. So now parameter constructor, right? So you want to parameterize something on the while creating the object type. Okay, so this is what it is. So after my session, right, you should able to identify that within the class how many constructor we have, how many methods we have. Okay, so it is easily identified. Okay, let's move on to the next. I think, yeah.
Small drop. Just I want to
Yes.
know, is this constructor is used to assign default values or bring back the values to the default when you are using this constructor in your code, or how?
Yeah. Yes, 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 Venu. So we will move forward. So I'll explain. That is the next one. Okay. First, like we in a,
Okay.
you should able to identify the syntax as well as you are able to identify the things, right? Then after I will explain about it. Okay. Yeah. So in this topic, it will be covered. So let's take a look this diagram and take some kind of 2 minutes. Okay. So let's read. Or if anybody can you read this one, the constructor which can anyone go through this one example?
Yeah,
Let
public
me.
class student. Yeah,
Mhm.
they created a student class. In this, they have
Okay.
initialized, they have two integers like number one, number two. And
Mhm.
we have student. Student means again one more constructor is defining in that, which has
Mhm.
taking two values like int num1, num2.
Mhm.
And inside that, we have some other this dot. Not really sure why this is being used to override
Mhm. Okay.
the default constructor or to override the number one which is assigned on the top,
Mhm. Okay.
maybe. Then we have a main method where the object is created for the class. Later we are printing the number one, number two,
Okay.
only
Yeah. Thanks, Venu.
something like this.
Yeah.